been talking about. Yes.
So we start this bulletin with the hotly contested Kibra election, and ODM's Imran has won the by-election, amassing 24,636 votes against those of his closest challenger, Macdonald Mariga of Jubilee, who has so far garnered 11,230 votes. ANC Eliud Owalo is third with 5,275 votes, with Hamisi Butichi of Ford, Kenya, in a distant fourth with about 260 votes.
Well, last evening, Mariga conceded defeat, congratulating his ODM rival. Let's now take you to the Tallying Center, where Stephen Leto has the latest updates on the mini poll. Steve, it's good to see you. It's been a long night for you. Do we have the final numbers now, or is this just preliminary?
Well, good morning to you there, Zinzi and Trevor. Indeed, we spent the entire night in what is now called the political bedroom. And for the entire night, a baby has been born in the name of Benard Okoth Imran, now the ODM candidate clinging the seat for the Kibra parliamentary by-election, garnering a total of 24,636 votes out of the 118,000 that had been expected to be cast. It was initially a contest that was thought to have been a hotly contested, but according to the results displayed by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, the Orange Party that considers these constituencies as its political bedrock is won the election by a landslide by more than 10,000 votes, pitting more than 18 or 20 other candidates who had contested this particular election. As I told you, for the entire night, the tallying had been going on in this particular tallying center, and of course, a baby was born. And I want to take you right to that particular baby for the Kibra people to see him. That is the man of the moment, the Imran, or they call him Benard Okoth, aka Imran. And very quickly, I know the IBC officials might not allow me to do this, but I want to do it because it is the man of the moment. Imran, how are you feeling at the moment? You haven't been declared yet, but the writings are on the wall. How do you feel at this particular moment?
I'm feeling great because the people of Kibra have spoken, and I'm looking forward to working for them.
Are you feeling excited?
Of course, of course. I knew from the word go that we were winning this seat. So that is a result that I was expecting. Yes.
This election is already a past tense. What do you have now for the people of Kibra? Because clearly, for the writings on the wall, you are the member of parliament elect for Kibra.
Of course, this election has brought a lot of divisions in Kibra. My responsibility now is to unite all of them, and of course, roll my sleeves and start to work immediately. Because the people of Kibra are looking for to get services that I promise, as if elected, I will deliver on a few things, and that is what I'm going to focus on now.
Tell us, there is this very strange call from your arch-rival Macdonald Mariga of the Jubilee Party that we saw him concede defeat through a phone call. Just explain to us, how did you feel? Did you know that he was the one calling, and how did you respond? Just tell us around, give us a history or a story around that particular phone call.
At around 10:30 last night, I received a call. I didn't have the contacts, and apparently it was one of the candidates, Macdonald Mariga, and he called to congratulate me for the victory for the by-election that we've just undergone in Kibra. So, as I said, yes, it's something you expect from a competitor. Yeah, looking forward to working together.
Did other competitors, clearly on the wall you have over 20 competitors, did any one of those call you, especially your closest competitors like ANC's candidate Eliud Owalo and Butichi of the Ford Kenya party, did they make a call like Macdonald Mariga?
I haven't received any call from Walo or Butichi, but I've received a text from Malasin Amida, who has also congratulated me for the victory. Yes, but the only person.
Well, just away from that, there are a lot of questions when you go online in your Twitter handle after you posted that Mariga had called you. People began to say, what does Imran have for the people of Kibra other than the manifesto? Deep in details, first day, 100 days, what are your priorities to the people of Kibra who voted for you overwhelmingly, so to speak?
For the people of Kibra, there are a lot of challenges that we need to address as soon as possible. There are issues of shortage of water. They need better schools. They need better health facilities. And I'm going to focus on that, making sure that we deliver on a few things. On education, at the moment we are constructing a new secondary school that I plan to deliver in the next 100 days. A few schools also, we are planning to deliver a few buses to them. That is Upper Hill, Jamboree Primary, Ayanyi Primary. On matters to do with provision of water, this is something I need to address with the authorities concerned because it cuts across the whole constituency, and we will address it in the next 100 days.
You've been handling the issues of bursaries, especially when your late brother was ill and you were, temporarily taking charge. How are you intending to boost that particular kitty, or how are you planning to make a difference, or maybe take it forward, the CDF kit in terms of bursary? Because a lot of people in Kibra will really want to get the bursary for education, both at the primary and of course at the secondary level.
It is a process that we have undertaken for the last 7 years, and we'll still continue with it. It's a public participatory thing that we manage to involve everyone. I know we've just had candidates who have sat for their KCP, and some already are sitting for their KCSE. We are going to continue with the same process that we've been doing, and of course improve on it. The scholarship program, also the bursary program. For the youths who will be joining technical training institutions, we will also be looking at that through the bursary allocations for them before we construct a TVET within Kibra through CDF.
You are really pegging your campaigns on the construction of TVET. Was this just a mere campaign pledge, or this is a reality that the people of Kibra should wait and see?
That will be a reality, and the people of Kibra needs to sit back and wait. I will deliver it in the next 2 years.
Zinzi and Trevor, that is Imran, Benard Okoth, the incoming member of parliament. But next to him is ODM's director of elections, representing the ODM party leader. He's been here all night. His eyes might look weak, but he's still keeping an eye on the very tallying. The Honorable Junet, how did the Orange Party clinch this seat that was deemed to have been a hotly contested from the word go?
Yeah, I think it was hotly contested, but the results have proven to be otherwise. Because you can see we have over 24,000 votes, and if you combine all the votes gathered by the other 23 candidates, they cannot match what we have gotten in the constituency, in this election, in this by-election. So this is a proof that this is an ODM zone, and this is an ODM constituency. And what we did, we campaigned well, and we did our campaign properly, spoke to the hearts of our people, and we managed also to protect our votes, and also made sure that there are no bribery and in this area, in this election yesterday. So I think we did our part well, and our people responded well. So we were sure of winning from the word go. You can see, look at this, we have 24,000. When you look at Mariga and you add these other jokers, all of them combined, there's something to do with 14,000, 13,000. So we have doubled, our numbers. The numbers that the other 23 have, if you double it, is what we have. So that tells you that this is an ODM constituency. Yeah.
Zinzi and Trevor, I may not let you go for a moment before I speak to the two women in the National Assembly who are the last women standing from the National Assembly, staying here from, as I know, 6 o'clock when we got here yesterday until now. The sun is rising any moment from now. Let's start from Mboko, the Member of Parliament for Likoni. Hem tuambie kidumbwe hiki kilikuwa vipi?
Kwanza mimi nataka niseme tunamshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu na kushukuru watu wa Kibra, na niweze kusema ya kwamba mwenye bedroom ni Mama Aida Raila Odinga. Huyo ndio mwenye bedroom. Mimi nilikuwa na shangati wanaume wanasema tunataka tuingie bedroom ya baba. Munaingia bedroom ya baba kivipi? Bedroom ya baba ni ya Mama Aida. Na anasema kazi ndio imeanza. Mwanzo wa ngoma ni Lele Mama. Lele Mama limeanza na Kibra, sasa ngoma yenyewe ni BBI. Na sisi tunasema tuko chonjo. Pesa zimetembea, vitisho vimeingia, lakini kwa sababu watu wa Kibra wanapiga kura ya imani, kura ya mapenzi, kura ya kizalendo, kura ambayo inafuata maadili ya chama cha chungwa. Kwa hivyo sisi tunasema kiti hiki kimekuwa ni kiti ambacho tumezaa mtoto wa kwanza wa handisheki. Kwa hivyo tunasema handisheki iko chonjo, manake tumeona matunda ya handisheki na tuko juu. Hatutatingishwa, hatutababaishwa, na tunaambia tangatanga, hiyo ilikuwa ni warning tu. That was just a rehearsal. Lakini movie yenyewe inakuja na BBI na kwenda mbele paka 2022. Watch out. The sky is the limit. Hiyo mjue tu, sky is the limit.
Basi sitaongezea ila tumalizie. Let's conclude from Women Rep for Wajir. You have been running alongside Mboko and others the Embrace bandwagon, and you've been really out in terms of campaigning for Imran. Is Imran really the firstborn for the handshake, as Mishi puts it?
Yes, Imran is the firstborn, the handshake family, and as Embrace movement, we came out clearly and we came out to support Imran, not because of Imran, but what he really did for the people of Kibra. When his brother was sick, he was the one who really managed Kibra. All the development we saw, it's courtesy of Imran. And we wanted to give justice and opportunity to the people of Kibra. At least the work that he has started, he can continue with that work. Having said that, as Team Embrace, we want peace. And we've enjoyed the handshake. And that is why we came out and we said we have to support Imran for the peace of this country, for the unity of this country, and for the handshake, so that the handshake that we saw between the Right Honorable Prime Minister and the President of this country to continue, so that at least there is no disunity, there is no fight in Kibra. And the people of Kibra proved Kenyans wrong. They voted for Imran because of the handshake, and that is the Kenya we want.
Well, you early in the day you are caught in a lot of scuffle in terms of what we are now calling protecting the vote, but in the midst of very chaotic places, we saw a lot of members of parliament. Very briefly, what do you say about that? Was really that move justified to use in terms of guarding the vote?
First, where the chaos happened was where I was manning the polling station. That was Mashimoni's quarters. And what happened really, members, from Jubilee, not even Jubilee, Tanga members of parliament, came with money, bribing voters. And that was wrong. And you see, the voters themselves, decided to take actions with their own hands and arrest and actually beat people. What we saw was a voter bribery, and that was not really good. And I was there myself because that is the polling station. I was in charge. And it happened. Didmas Baraza was bribing. Honorable Sudi came with money. Millicent Omanga was carrying money. Khalwale himself was carrying money. Washiali was carrying money, and bribing members. in the queue, really. That was wrong.
As the Embrace members pushing for peace and unity, are we going then to see, are you going to reach for the members of the other side who are really not in good terms today and see a cohesive going forward?
Actually, Embrace is about unity. And us, we are not sidelining anyone. We want everybody to come. Let's build this country. Let's help the president achieve his legacy. Let's help the president unite this country. But to them, it is hard. You know, if you have a fixed mind and your mind is just about 2022 and it's only about one man's interest, really it is bad. But I want to tell the fellow members of Jubilee, because I am from Jubilee, and I've seen the light, and I can see the president want to take this country far. The president is telling us, let's bring people together, let's build this country. I just want to urge them, please, leave the interests of one man interest aside. Let's come together, work this country, help the president achieve his legacy. Thank you very much.
Well, that is the situation, but just right at this particular point, it is the final touches in terms of finishing up the tally of the 183 polling stations. We had already done that, but now going through it for the last time, as and when, of course, we finish that, we will be able to bring the very final and declaration. Of course, any moment from now, we are going to see the returning officer for Kibra constituency, Beatrice Moli, presenting a certificate to the MP-elect Imran Benard Okoth Imran. Inside this hall, the chief agents all are here. The agents of other other candidates are here, and they have signed to that particular document. And any moment, of course, as and when that happens, we'll be able to bring you those live pictures. But for now, I'll hand it back to you. Of course, we are trying to check whether we can see the Jubilee members of Parliament, but they spend a better part of the night also until McDonald Mariga, their candidate, conceded defeat through a phone call to the ODM candidate. That is when they retreated and, of course, went to join the Jubilee candidate. So that is the situation right here. As and when, of course, the returning officer is ready, we'll be able to bring you the live picture. Trevor.
Thanks, Leto. That's Stephen Leto speaking to us live from the Tallying Center, where now the gap, the ODM people say, even if you combine all the other 23 candidates, it will not get to the number that their candidate already has.
Over
so pretty
24.
much they're happy with this result, and they've already gathered 24,000 votes.